I now invite our next speaker, Dr. Jo Cresswell from UK, to discuss the topic on presentation skills for young urologists. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Can I have the slides, please? How do I follow that, Mahesh? I mean, what a masterclass in leadership. And I love that you're still learning. My presentation is aimed at young urologists in the audience. It's about how to present your work. And I would suggest to you that being a leader is about lifelong learning. Being a surgeon is about lifelong learning. But presenting your work is also about learning. You have a wonderful opportunity in the next couple of days to watch some of the best speakers in the world present their work. Watch them and learn. I've been watching everybody this morning and learning, and I will continue to do so. So this is probably a talk for those who are maybe getting ready to give their paper presentations at this meeting. Maybe they're getting ready to present in their hospital departmental meeting. Maybe they're giving a webinar. It's all about how you get your messages across, because you're doing wonderful research, you're doing wonderful clinical work, but getting your message across and making it stick is going to be really important for you. So where do you start? Well, the first thing you don't start with is you don't reach for PowerPoint and start making slides. Don't start there. Think about your talk before you start to think about your slides. PowerPoint is just a tool. At the Pakistan Association of Urological Surgeons recently, a wonderful speaker said, PowerPoint is the spawn of the devil, and she gave a fantastic presentation without using any slides. I'm not that person. I'm not that confident. I need my slides. So plan your presentation. You need to know your topic. You'll probably know your topic better than anyone else in the room, but make sure you've covered all the angles. Think about your audience. Think about who you're talking to. What are they expecting from you? What do the organisers of the meeting want from you? Mostly, they want you to keep time. So note how much time you have. We have a wonderful clock over here. Anyone who's presenting, it's right there. I've got about 8 minutes and 7 seconds. Think about your presentation like a story. Engage your audience in a story. Tell them, introduce your story. Have a middle, have an ending. If you've got a message, at the start, tell people what you're going to tell them. Then you tell them. Then you remind them at the end what you told them. That's how your message will stick. I hope Professor Desai doesn't mind, but he and I were both here 20 minutes before this session, checking out the furniture, checking out the lighting. I don't know whether anyone's noticed, but I'm about 6 inches taller than I would have been if I'd not moved the furniture around. I've worried the chaps here by moving some of the steps. Otherwise, I'll disappear behind this podium. And I don't want to be there. I want you to see me. I want to see you. Think about the lighting, the acoustics. Check out the microphones. And, yeah, sure, use PowerPoint, but you can give a speech. If you do use PowerPoint, remember that PowerPoint just gives you this standard with a title and then a list. Use it to your advantage. Make it a little different. Perhaps a little branding, a bit of a banner. Put your title in the banner. Then you're not wasting space. Keep your space for your important stuff. Put in your organisational logo, or even better, the logo of the organisation who has invited you to speak. Put in your affiliation and who you are at the bottom of the slide. People can see you. Think about the colours of your slides. There's certain colours that just don't show up well, whatever the lighting is like. Don't use lots of different typefaces, and keep the font big. No less than 18 is my rule. About 1 slide per minute works pretty well, although I've seen some fantastic speakers who will present 27 slides in 10 minutes, but they've been practicing for a long, long time. 7 concepts per slide, certainly no more. Be consistent. Be clear. Your data will be so familiar to you, you'll know it inside out. But the people watching will only see that table for a few seconds. They can't necessarily pick up the message that is really obvious to you. That's why people use graphs, often a trend will give that message much more clearly. Think about how you present your data. Of course, in the age of robotic surgery and laparoscopic surgery, we all love a video. Everyone's got a robotic video. But it might look different in your study at home on your home computer than it does on the screen in a large auditorium. Think about using background to help your robotic video stand out so people can see it. And then it comes to delivering your talk. So, people say when they watch a very experienced speaker, you seem so natural. You just stepped up and spoke. It doesn't look like you practiced at all. That is so far from the truth. People who speak well practice. They prepare. They spend many weeks preparing their slides. They'll speak slowly and clearly so you can hear what the message is. And they will use pauses for emphasis. Because someone will be using their phone or perhaps nodding off. But if I stop speaking, they'll wonder what's happening. And then they'll listen to the next bit. Now then, I'm hoping this bit's going to work. Is this going to work, Mahesh? Can you hear me? Okay. So the other thing that is quite good to do is to unchain yourself from the podium and start walking around. Even better if I walk right up to someone at the back there. They're, oh my goodness, what's she going to ask me? When you move to somewhere, people are watching you, they're following you. They've taken their eyes off the slides now. They're now looking at you. Preferably wear orange or something that will really stand out. And when you have something really, really important to say, move, make eye contact, and say what you want to say. Tell folks the message you want them to leave with. These are all just tricks. These are not my inventions. They're people have told me these things. And then I suppose perhaps the most important message is be yourself. You'll watch lots and lots of great speakers over the next couple of days. Take from them the things that you think you can incorporate into your style. But don't copy them, because that's not you. And don't take your personality out of the talk. Don't be so professional that they can't see who you are and what an enthusiast you are. And let me tell you this, if you can't be enthusiastic about your talk, why would you possibly imagine that the guy at the back of the room who's getting WhatsApp by his wife is actually taking any notice of you at all? You've got to be enthusiastic. Show people how much you love your work, and they will engage with your work as well. So, I'll go back to where I belong now. I think that's more or less what I wanted to say. Just to remind you, stick to your topic, stick to your brief. If you're given a brief or a title, it's because Dr. Kalano wanted you to speak to that. Don't talk about something else. Check out who your audience is. Have you covered everything you wanted to? Have you said what you wanted to convey? Did you get your message across? And I use PowerPoint for this reason and this reason alone. I can't remember exactly what I wanted to say, so I'm either going to look at cards or I need the PowerPoint just to provide me some cues. So I can just, it's wonderful here, I can see it on the screen, I can make eye contact with you, and I can still see what my next slide is going to be. So these are just a few tips for when you're getting started. But if you really want to learn, then you watch and learn from some of the best speakers in the world who you're going to hear in the next couple of days, because that is what I will be doing, and I will take away those lessons. So I thank you very much for the attention you've given me, and let's see how everybody else does this afternoon. Thank you.